we go.
Once a year we celebrate with stupid hats and plastic plates. The fact that you were able to make another trip around the sun. And the whole clan gathers round and gifts and laughter do abound. And we let out a joyful sound and sing that stupid song. Happy birthday, now you're 1 year older. Happy birthday, your life still isn't over. Happy birthday, you did not accomplish much, but you didn't die this year, I guess that's good enough.
So let's drink to your fading health and hope you don't remind yourself your chance of finding fame and wealth decrease with every year. Does it feel like you're doing laps and eating food and taking naps and hoping that someday perhaps your life will hold some cheer? Happy birthday! What have you done that matters? Happy birthday! You're starting to get fatter. Happy birthday! It's downhill from now on. Try not to remind yourself your best years are all gone.
If cryogenics were all free, then you could live like Walt Disney and live for all eternity inside a block of ice. But instead your time is set, this is the only life you get. And though it hasn't ended yet, sometimes you wish it might. Happy birthday! You wish you had more money. Happy birthday! Your life's so sad it's funny. Happy birthday! How much more can you take? But your friends are hungry, so just cut the stupid cake. Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday, dear
Bill,
Brandon,
Stanley,
Good.
Frank
Skippy the
Dickie,
kangaroo.
Bob,
starts with
When the weather is nice.
G. Malachi. Gerald.
Okay.
Captain's Log, Wednesday, 7 p.m. It's time for the Jeff and Dan Show. It's time for the Jeff and Dan Show. I'm Dan of the Jeff and Dan Show, doing a very bad impersonation of Captain James T. Kirk. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its 5-year mission to explore strange new nuggets, new strains, new THC civilizations, and to boldly grow where no man has grown before. Ladies and gentlemen, I am very much honored to have you here tonight. I'm Dan of the Jeff and Dan Show, and right now, let me beam up my co-host and my fellow Homo sapien. Oh God, that sounded gay. Ladies and gentlemen, my co-host, now being beamed aboard on the USS Enterprise 1701 NCC. Ladies and gentlemen, give a nice welcome to my co-host, Jeff, of the Jeff and Dan Show.
What is going on, fogages?
Not much. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad at all. So we'll leave that one going that a little bit longer.
Yeah. You a Star Trek fan? Are you a Trekkie?
I am a Trekkie.
Here's just an interesting note that happened to me this year.
Okay.
It's not Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's Star Trek.
Trek, yeah.
I've been saying track for years, just thinking that was the way it was pronounced.
Yeah.
And then it just dawned on me, no, they're going on a trek. They are on a trek through the stars.
Right.
It's Star Trek.
Yeah.
They're on a track. It's not a train.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, anyways.
It's their 5-year mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations.
Yeah.
To boldly grow what crops haven't grown before. Yeah, so... But yeah, man, that's definitely it. It's
gonna hit me some Vulcan mind meld.
I know, right? Exactly.
Was that me?
No, that was me.
Oh.
We're going to put some background music in place here. So
okay.
Have some stuff going on.
Yeah. So you are a Trekkie.
I am, yes.
Do you happen to have a favorite episode?
Trouble with Tribbles is like one of the best ones that like everybody always talks about.
Yes.
Now, when it comes to Star Trek, you have like 6 different universes that you can talk about. There's Star Trek, the original series.
Well, that's all I'm familiar with, my man, is Star Trek, the original series. I watched a little bit of Jean-Luc Picard.
Yeah.
I watched
Next Generation.
The Next Generation, and then that was pretty good. In fact, that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But it just got to be, I can't keep up. Star Wars is getting the same way. But thankfully, the first 9-10 episodes just all circled around Darth Vader, and that's easy to remember.
For the most part, yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. I mean, you can really pick with shows like sci-fi shows and stuff. You can pick and choose kind of what you want to remember and what you don't want to remember. And that's the best part about it, is it's always, around something specific, and you can go as deep as you want, or you can just stay on the surface. It's cool. Most people don't really care if you don't know everything about the show. They usually care worse when you do think you know something about the show and you're proven wrong.
Which one of the shows is the most popular? Which one of the universes? Which one of the series?
Probably the Next Generation.
Really?
Yeah. That's why Patrick Stewart got so famous and stuff. Because he blossomed in that show. Nobody had really heard of him. He was like an old Shakespearean actor, very much like Ian McKellen, who's a good friend of his. But yeah, that show really pushed him to the forefront and made it so that people knew like who Patrick Stewart was. And since then, he's gone on to do other great works, but he's always held, to the ability of Captain Kirk.
Family Guy.
Captain Picard, not Kirk. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they've been in Family Guy quite a few times, believe it or not.
No, I'm sorry, not Family Guy.
American Dad.
Yeah,
he's in that too.
Yeah, huge American Dad presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to you today, Stanley. Yeah.
Yes, I love Trouble with Tribbles, just for the sheer fact that I think Tribbles are cute.
Yeah. They're adorable in a sort of annoying way, like a Chihuahua. It's kind of like, or a Pomeranian.
I can't help but wonder if the idea for Gremlins came from Tribbles.
I don't know. That's a good idea. That's a good question.
It's kind of related, aren't they?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
And, my other favorite episode, I don't remember the name of it, but Captain Kirk and to do with the ears.
Mr. Spock.
Mr. Spock,
yeah.
Right. Yeah, they were beamed down to this planet, aren't they always? Why don't they ever take a shuttle? Why are they always beamed down?
Exactly.
And how do they know where if they've never been there before, how do they know where they're beaming him to? Oop, we just beamed you right in quicksand. We just beamed you on top of a pile of alligators. Sorry.
Welcome to the world.
But they were beamed down, and of course Captain Kirk met this girl, and they went in this temple that could only be opened up with musical notes, things that you had to press.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Captain, they seem to be musical notes.
Yeah. Thanks for the obvious.
And then they went into this temple, and it was getting ready to storm.
Okay.
And I don't know if you ever heard the song Thunder Island by Jay Ferguson.
Yeah, I have.
That's pretty much the same. That song reminds me of that episode of Star Trek.
Yeah?
Here on Thunder Island. Anyways.
Yeah.
But
they've had actually quite a few Star Treks in the universe after the original series played off of a lot of episodes that they had. There's one, I can't remember the actual name of the episode, but Kirk fights this lizard thing. It's like this giant lizard man. And then also in The Next Generation, Captain Picard gets beamed down to a remote area of this world. He gets forced beamed. They take him and put him on the planet with this leader of this other faction, who they're trying to, because that's what they're trying to do, is make friends with as many aliens as possible. And it just so happens this was their first contact. And he gets
on the job. He
gets sent down there, and I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but there's an actor named Paul Winfield. He's a black man. He played the role, and he kind of looks like a lizard in this one as well. And they fight, and it's very similar to that one where Kirk is down there with that other thing. Except, I believe, in the Next Generation's version, Captain Picard had to help this other guy fight off this monster that they can't see. Which, we can see it, but they can't really see it so well. So, it displaces light is basically what it is. And
how can we see it? What happened to their eyes that they can't see it no longer?
It bends light. It makes light bend around it, yeah. So nothing happened to their eyes. I mean, they were technically just fine, but, you know.
Oh, look, Star Trek's coming on.
I know, right? Everybody, do your shit. Captain's log. Come here, Spock. Take a look at this thing. Look at the size of that. Do you think it's going to go down? Let's flush it and find out. So, yeah. But, yeah, The Next Generation, I mean, they all played off of original thoughts from the original series.
So they're all based on that?
Yes.
Some loosely, some tightly?
Yes. And the great news here, I mean, it's great news for Trekkies, and there are a lot of Trekkies in this world. There are older ones, there's ones our age, and then there's, new kids who are really into it. But the different series that came out were Star Trek, the original series, then Star Trek The Next Generation, then Star Trek Deep Space Nine, then Star Trek Voyager, and then Star Trek Enterprise, which was basically a prequel to everything. It was the first time Earth had decided to go and build ships in outer space and then go, and they built the very first Enterprise. And it was basically following them. I don't know if you remember who Scott Bakula is. He used to play on Quantum Leap.
What was he on Quantum Leap?
He was the main guy, the one that would leap.
Yep.
Yeah, he played the captain of the Starship Enterprise. And a lot of people panned it. They were like, yeah, this sucks, I don't really like it. It's not, Dude, I loved it. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great and drastic enough approach to Star Trek to make it seem gritty in a way that, before it was all, our bridge is beautiful. Who the fuck vacuums the floor of the bridge? That's what I want to know. They're tracking shit in somewhere. Who the hell's vacuuming this thing? Is there a Consuelo walking around? No, I know sweep under captain's chair, no. But that's the thing, and this one was so much more gritty. It was like you would see stuff that just wouldn't work correctly, which is nothing you really ever saw before, unless the whole episode was about that. The bridge was completely taken over by some alien or something. But this show, The Enterprise, I thought it was good. Anyway, that's number 5. And number 6, which I'm happy to report, will be coming out this fall, which is going to be called Star Trek Discovery.
Oh.
Yes, which is
kind of spooky.
Gonna be fucking cool as shit, to be honest with you. It's supposed to take place somewhere between the original series, which was the earliest one until Enterprise came out. Which, the original series was the earliest, and then it was The Next Generation. Well, supposedly this is supposed to take place 10 years before The Next Generation.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, which it kind of, in that timeline, kind of sucks because there's no real easy way to be able to meet Captain Picard as his young self. You know what I mean? They would almost have to jump forward in the future 20 or 30 years to where Patrick Stewart actually looks like this now. He's kind of older, in order to have any kind of cameo, which, and everybody pretty much from the original, The Next Generation, is kind of grown older, and they're like bigger. I don't mean star-wise either. I mean, the same pants aren't going to fit quite as well, that kind of shit. So, but I just think it would be really cool. I always like when they do cameos and stuff, especially if it's off-the-wall cameos, like, a great example of that was, there used to be a TV show called Castle on that starred a great guy, Nathan Fillion.
Was that the lady that could see the future or something? Or?
No, it was basically about this guy, Richard Castle, who was an author, and he hung out with this police officer and went and solved mysteries with her and stuff, basically. But Castle, Nathan Fillion, used to be on a TV show called Firefly, which only lasted for a year. And then everybody got upset about it, and they finally made a movie, and that was it. They never went anywhere else with it. I really wish they would have, but they didn't. And the coolest cameos that you could see were people from Firefly showing up in this castle world. You know what I mean? And it was, it was really cool. Those kind of cameos are the kinds I like. And, you throw in, some people that you haven't seen in many, many years, for the shows that you used to do, and then go a decade or whatever later, and then have those people showing up on your show. If people were original fans of the other show, then they're going to be happy about this one. Which is, I think, the reason why a lot of people got pulled into watching Castle is because they liked him in Firefly and Serenity. He's a great guy. He's funny.
You know one thing that kind of turned me off about Star Trek after a while?
What's that?
I didn't understand their spaceships. I mean, you look at Star Wars, all of their ships, the Imperial cruisers, look like something that would be in space,
menacing, yeah.
And you look at the USS Enterprise, and what the hell is a UFO with 2 toothpicks coming out of it on a hot dog with going back with 2 more toothpicks going up with
right.
buns. I don't know what kind of design is that.
Right, if I had actually built it, they would have probably been super, super broken. Because as soon as those 2 giant nacelles in the back, that's the thing that causes the warp drive. That's what those 2 big tubes are in the back.
Okay.
On almost every one of those ships, they have those tubes back there. And basically what it does is it creates a warp field, which, by the way, is real. Most people don't realize this, but most of the science in Star Trek is real. It's based off of other stuff. But what happens is it creates what they call a warp field, which is basically like putting a cocoon of Vaseline around this spaceship and then throwing it through space. And then if it encounters any sort of friction, it just sort of bounces off. And they can go at warp speed. Right, exactly. There's a lot of that, and then there's a lot of wormhole activity. Like you can take a wormhole one side of space and go through this hole, and it'll take you to the other side of space in 20 minutes.
Wormhole 95.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Wormhole E95.
Yeah. Well, it could be like that. It could be like it would go off from Florida to Maine in 20 minutes. Basically, that's what would happen. That's what wormholes kind of were. The one thing that I did not like, there was the TV show Star Trek Voyager, was the fact that they started playing with the fact that they could surpass warp 10. Okay, if you go past warp 10 in the Star Trek world, it goes into what they call transwarp, which is just like gone. You know what I mean? And from what I'm to understand, each warp speed is past light speed 1 time. So if you're at warp 1, you're going light speed. If you go to warp 2, you're going 2 times light speed. Warp 3, 3 times light speed. You know what I'm saying? So you could travel the galaxy really, really simply. But yeah, the technology and everything, like the first time I'd ever heard the term tachyon field, I was like, wow, what's that? You know what I mean? It was something neat and new, or tachyon pulses or tachyons, period. And come to find out they're real. And I'm like, wow, really? That's fucked up. But they don't have like a tachyon field. They just have like, you can emit tachyons, which is just these super, super high density waves that, allow you to do other stuff. But
well, does the ship make sense to you then?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The design?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I understand how the warp field works. It surrounds the whole ship like a walnut, basically, and just throw it through space, and nothing's going to happen with the ship on the inside.
What the hell do you need the thing on the bottom for?
Because that's engineering. That's where the majority of engineering happens. The disc section, what they call the saucer section,
yeah,
and most of those ships are living quarters. That's all they are. They're just living quarters. If you're going to your room, I got to go to my room. Mom made me, go up there, and that's where you live. But if you're working in engineering, you have to keep engineering away from living quarters because of all the stuff that's being created in engineering, like warp fields. You know what I mean? Unless it envelops somebody completely and all at once, you can die from that kind of shit.
Invent some kind of metal that creates a shield. Get rid of the toothpicks and just streamline it all together. Even Battlestar Galactica ships looked real.
Yeah, a little more so, yeah.
Yeah, they just... Now, I know traveling through space is a lot different than traveling through the air here on Earth.
Yeah.
But still, you still need some kind of propulsion.
Yeah, and it should be sturdy enough looking. I know what you're saying. That's what I said. If I built the damn thing, it would have just fucking... These 2 big cells would just be flying through space. The rest would be left back there. Yeah. So, yeah, the nacelles are basically the only thing that those 2 big tubes are only to create a warp field. That's all they're there for. It's kind of like antenna. You know what I mean? It's kind of like one giant antenna where the majority of the signal goes out at the tip. Do you remember back when we used to have radios and shit, and we were playing, and like we'd start losing the signal a little bit, so you grab the tip and then move the antenna around? Basically same thing, same thought here.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a little bit different, but you know, I mean, it makes sense. Oh, and the fact that the science stations are down there in the lower section, and I mean, pretty much anything when you go to work is down there.
Where's
like
the bridge?
Torpedoes. Well, actually, torpedoes get loaded in the saucer. It's at the. If you ever see the Starship Enterprise, the old one, the dome that's at the very top of the saucer section, that's the bridge.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, then interestingly enough, they never showed it until the Next Generation. And this is another point that might make sense to you now. The ship has the ability to split into two. The saucer section separates. It comes off. And then it can fly. It can only go at, sublight speeds. It can't go, really fast. But the other section can go too. And they can fire from both sides. The saucer section can fire torpedoes and fire phasers, whereas the middle section can fire any type of scientific and phasers. So that's the reason why they made it like that. And I didn't find that out until the Next Generation. I didn't know that was even a thing. But what was really cool was
give me Mr. Roddenberry, please give me a piece of paper and pencil.
Now here's the interesting thing. In the movies that just came out, the newest reboot of the Star Trek series, it shows the bridge actually being at the front of the saucer section. So it's at the very front where the edge sort of is there. It sits there. The thing is, though, they don't quantify that in any other episodes of, Star Trek. If you watch any of the TV shows, you have no idea it's there. The interesting part, though, is that in the Next Generation, when you find out about the fact the saucer can separate, you find out that they have what's called a battle bridge.
Yeah, I think I do remember them.
They can leave the saucer section and go from the regular bridge to a battle bridge, which is in that dome part, like at the very, very top. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's just a lot of geekness right there, man. Just a lot of geek.
That is a lot of geekness.
Yeah.
For that whole show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
hey, why don't you play the ED commercial and play the other two commercials?
Okay.
And we'll come back.
Okay, and let's do that.
My wife used to suffer from ED and didn't have many options. My husband will never understand how her ED affects her. Until now. Ladies, never suffer from emotional distress again. For the women in the know, now there is iNagra.
Ask your doctor if your heart is healthy enough for nagging. Do not take iNagra if you take Prozac or Zoloft or Lexapro, as this may make you feel too fine and unable to perform your nag. Your constant thinking could drop to an unsafe level where you will ignore what people think about you. To avoid injury, remove all sharp or blunt objects from a room for up to more than 4 hours. Stop taking iNagra if you experience a sudden decrease or loss of nagging or bitching, as this may be something more serious. As with all medications, side effects may include, oh wait, we don't want you to be upset about these. Side effects may include nothing. Ask your doctor about iNagra single packs for women on the flow.
iNagra.
My smoking friends. When you are selective as I am about which piece to use during consumption of delectable cannabinoids, then you choose glass. And when you need a piece of glass, you need our friends at Nature's Way Glass, 3286 East Harrisburg Pike, Middletown, Pennsylvania. Nature's Way has over 8,000 glass pieces, everything from 2-inch pipes all the way up to the 6-foot aqua pipes. This place has it all. 2-inch pipes, 4-inch pipes, Sherlock styles, bubble styles, Gandalf styles, peanut designs, color changers, glass elephant pipes, the hard-to-find dog pipes, the entire animal collection. Don't even get me started about the water pipe selection. They have 3-inch water pipes, 12-inch water pipes, and the 6-foot Annihilator. All the brand names are here. Puffco, Mothership, Gold and Silver, X-Hive, and new to the store this year is Pure Tang. Selection and best prices are what you're going to get when you shop at Nature's Way Glass. So be sure to stop into their showroom at 3286 East Harrisburg Pike in Middletown. town, or you can visit them at their own website, natureswayglass.com. You can also find Nature's Way Glass on Facebook at Nature's Way Glass. Area code 717-944-1960. You better write this down. I doubt you're going to remember.
When he was born, he drove himself home from the hospital. He counted to infinity twice. He can kill 2 stones with 1 bird. He can hear sign language and speak braille. He can pick oranges from a nearby tree and make the best lemonade you've ever tasted. He can strangle enemies with a cordless phone. He executes imaginary friends. He is the most interesting man in the world. I don't always listen to comedy, but when I do, I listen to Jeff and Dan's show. Usually pretty drunk. He is the most interesting man in the world. Stay giggly, my friends.
All right.
There we are.
Hey, dude, I have a Horatio Gates moment.
Oh, shit, no doubt.
I have 2. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Did you get it ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
It seems that Don Baylor has been traded back to the Angels.
All right.
Got one more.
One more.
Yeah, I've been working hard.
Working hard.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Seems that Darren Dalton got called out.
All right. Yes, sir.
Hey, I got a fun little game for you.
Okay.
You want to try this fun little game?
Sure. What's the fun little game?
It's called My Favorite Movies. Now, I didn't take your advice and learn a whole new entire program.
Okay.
I just went to Yahoo and picked out what was the available clips.
There we go.
But, so they're not my favorite clips, and sometimes they're a little elongated.
Ooh, obscure.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And hopefully I don't play anybody else's commercials in this, but here goes.
All right.
Name this movie, Jeff. And your answer is?
Poltergeist. Ooh, Indiana Jones. No, an R2-D2. I can tell John Williams music.
Fucking R2 gave it away.
Empire
man.
Strikes Back.
How'd you know that?
Because he's in Dagobah. I could tell by R2 the fact he was really far away.
Do you watch this movie much?
I do. I have shit like that keyed up in my brain for some reason.
If he even exists.
No, wait, put your weapon. Anyway, take it out.
It's really a strange place to find a Jedi Master. This place gives me the creeps.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we're being
watched.
Oh, wait, put your weapon. I mean you no harm.
Okay, you know that one.
Why you put your weapon?
Can you believe that shit?
Yeah.
So anyways, you got that one right.
Yes.
And that was pretty quick, too. I have to give you credit,
Right.
too.
Thank you.
So are you ready for number 2?
Hey, can you check your volumes just to make sure you're all the way up?
Which one? Which volume?
The volume down at the bottom.
All the way up, 99.
Okay, cool.
Maybe I just haven't been talking to
Close
my...
enough. No, you have been. It's just your playback stuff is actually coming back through. Okay, go ahead. Try it.
Really?
Again. Yep.
Okay, here's this one.
Okay.
You may get this. You may not.
wants to race.
Race? That's ridiculous.
All right, come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Put your window down!
He wants something.
He's probably drunk.
You're going the wrong way! What? You're going the wrong way!
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
He said we're going the wrong way.
Very good.
Oh, he's drunk.
Is this the devil scene?
Yes.
Yeah, how would he know? Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a moron.
You're going in the wrong direction!
That's fucking awesome.
Kill somebody!
Okay, we'll go to the next one.
All right.
So you're pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah, so far.
Let's see if you get this one.
Okay.
Love was...
You certainly know the actor.
I probably do, but I can catch his voice yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you know the actor. I thought maybe you recognized it already. Or her.
Love was...
Now I am really pissed! Oh, don't touch! Don't touch! Don't touch! Shut up!
You think you can intimidate the whole world with your attitude, but you don't intimidate me. I grew up in hell, homeboy. My grandmother had more attitude.
Police! Don't act munching, morons! Help me! Help me! Help me!
One's
So
Cuba
Mary,
Gooding Jr.
You're black!
That's very good.
Like Simon. I
That
like
is
him enough
very
to batter
good.
you unrecognizable if you verbally abuse him or so much as touch that dog again. Meantime, I'm gonna think of some way that you can make it up to him. I hate doing this! I'm an art dealer. Have a nice day.
I love this movie. It's a chick flick, but I love it.
Yeah.
Cuba Gooding Jr. is awesome.
Yeah.
And so is this guy. Do you give up?
It's
come
Jack
on.
Nicholson.
It is Jack Nicholson.
Okay, so it has to be as good as it gets.
Ah! Did you Google it?
No, I didn't.
Okay, all right.
I'm just looking at the board.
Are you being entertained?
I am.
Okay.
Release these nuts! Only these nuts can destroy me.
Only these nuts can destroy me. Anyway.
Next one.
Okay.
Now, how long have you had these pains, Mr. Barber?
No, that's Babar.
Yeah, Fletch.
Oh,
God, that was easy, yeah.
One
As soon as I heard him.
That's two.
Yeah, but not right next to each other. I thought that's what you meant.
Arnold Babar. Isn't there a children's book about an elephant named Babar?
I don't know. I don't have any.
No children?
No books.
No elephant books.
Open wide. Say
No.
No, it's an odd name. I don't recall having seen it on the club registry.
Well, I don't formally belong. I'm a guest of my aunt's.
Your aunt?
Right, Mrs. Smith.
Joan or Margaret?
Uh-huh, right.
Well, which one?
Margaret.
Funny old bird.
Yeah, is she ever? I could tell you some stories.
I bet.
All right. Pretty good. Pretty
Yes,
good.
sir.
You ready for the next one?
I recognize the car. I recognize the car as a red Oldsmobile Buick.
That movie was classic.
Oh my God, dude! If there was ever a movie they should remake, it's got to be Fletch. And I honestly believe Chevy Chase was probably one of the best because he was such a smart ass in the movie. It was wonderful.
Are you ready for your next movie?
Yes, sir.
We have no business being in an area like this.
Well, look at it this way, honey. This is a part of America we never get to see.
That's good.
No, that's bad. I mean, we can't close our eyes to the plight of the cities. Kids, you noticing all this plight?
All this plight?
So just make us appreciate what we have. Roll them up.
Family vacation in when they were in Detroit. Isn't that where it was at?
Somewhere in the hood.
He's like getting the directions, and the dude's like, "Well, see here, you got to do this." And meanwhile, everybody's jacking up his car, taking his fucking wheels and shit. That was great. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here's an oldie but a
It's a
goodie.
Naugahyde, a girl, and a dream. What can I say? It's...
Well, I wrote it just like I lived it, which is what you've been teaching us, to write what we know.
No, it's very good. It'll blow the lid off the upholstery business as we know it.
Thank you.
Okay. Next is Murder at My Friend Harry's by Owen Lift. Chapter 1. The night was humid. Class dismissed. I have an enormous headache in my eye.
You know that one?
No, I have no idea. It almost sounds like Gene Wilder, but it's not him.
No, it's Billy Crystal. It's Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, yeah. I got you. Cool.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
That's only one you missed. That's pretty good.
So far.
This is quick and easy.
Okay.
It is easy, but it may not be. Well, let's just check it out and you be the judge.
All right. Yeah, that's...
You want to hear it again?
Was it? No, it was 3. Yeah. Shit, I can't remember what the hell it was called. Attack of the Clones, and then what the fuck was the last one? Revenge of the Sith.
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, that was
I would
Anakin on the mountain.
Yeah.
Can you name the planet? The volcano planet, the place where they built most of their metal stuff.
Lava Rich
No,
planet?
yeah, Lava Rich. No, that wasn't it. Mustafar. Yeah.
Sounds Muslim.
I know, right? What the fuck was he thinking?
Here we go. Ready for your next one?
Yeah, let's
We
go.
got 4 more left.
All right.
You may not get this one.
Why, Harry Bob Ferguson. What a terrific surprise.
He is an
In all
incredible
fairness, I must
actor.
confess, I've never actually considered
guy
you to
speaking.
be much of the reader type, per se.
Way
I need a big
underrated.
damn book. Oh, a big damn book. Well, super. We certainly have a few of those. But if I might, have you found that you've been more in the market for a coffee table brunch display kind of impress your guest kind of a thing? Or you're leaning more towards a bedside flip right through it before you go to bed number? Like a chocolate? Oh, not another word. I'd like to recommend one of my very favorite authors to you, a woman named Jane Austen. This is a writer of just wonderfully exquisite prose. And of course, as you can see, it's a big damn book. Oh, Pride and Prejudice. Hi, Bob. I think you can get more than a run for your money out of this one. How much? Well, I think $2 is a fair price.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How much for just the Pride?
Well, actually, one does hate to break up the set.
All right. I've got to test it first.
I beg your pardon?
Where's your outhouse?
It's in the back.
Is that John C. Genley, the redheaded guy?
What else did he play in that I would...
He was on the TV show Scrubs. He played the doctor. Like the one that was always an asshole.
That was John Candy's last movie, Wagons East.
Wagons
like,
East.
Like 92 or something.
Was the guy that was talking to, was he a redhead?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
got to be him. The guy with the real long face.
Yes, he played in all kinds of movies.
Yeah.
He even played in Platoon.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's John C. Genley, if I'm not mistaken.
But he's just an incredible actor. I've seen him in all kinds of stuff. Here's the next one.
Okay.
This one's easy.
All right.
Yo, Gamble, somebody here for you. They say they've just killed the Joker.
They brought the body.
Why so serious?
Ah, you suck.
The Dark Knight. Wait a minute, is it The Dark Knight?
So, dead? That's 500.
How about a lie?
You wanna know how I got these scars? My father was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes off crazier than usual. Mommy gets the kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So, me watching, he takes the knife to her, laughing while he does it. He turns to me and he says,
Okay, next one.
Why so serious? Good one.
Here's one.
Okay.
Next to the last. It's
Okay.
going to take a little while for you to recognize
Wait a couple
it.
of seconds after we move, then cut out the other way.
Why can't I stay with you?
Just do what I tell you.
Why can't I stay
Okay.
with you?
Come on.
Come on.
I can take care of myself.
I can take care of myself.
I proved that.
I proved that, man. See?
Come on.
That ought to give it away right there, that tune.
I have
Are you stumped?
little to no idea, yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, no. Hang on. Keep going. Well, that's kind of an annoying noise.
It is. but they have to build up to it in the movie.
Anybody that was listening is probably no longer listening. Come out and play. I kind of thought it was this movie. The
Yeah.
Outsiders.
Here's the last one.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite or best clip. It was the best available. I'm
Okay.
sorry, but
That's all right.
this is currently one of my favorites.
Okay.
Oh.
Dead air.
Watch this video on YouTube. Playback on other websites has been disabled by the video owner.
Oh.
Well, that was from The Lone Ranger.
Okay. The one with Johnny Depp in it?
Yes, yes.
The evil one?
Well, that concludes our game of my favorite movies.
The movie quotes capitals of the world.
Budget? We don't need no stinking budget.
106 miles to Chicago. We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Yes.
Baby, you can't taste racism.
Yeah.
Tell them about the Twinkie.
Yeah.
What about the Twinkie?
What about the Twinkie? We got tons of those, man. Tons and tons and tons.
Twinkie or movie quotes?
To the movie quotes, yeah.
Yeah, maybe I'm going to have to go ahead and learn that software thing.
Yeah, you're going to have to, man.
VegiClean, huh? What's the matter, honey? Little extra cheese on the taco? Price check on VegiClean, aisle 5. I repeat, price check on VegiClean, aisle 5. That's VegiClean. We got a customer down here with a full-on fallopian fungus. She's baking a loaf of bread, and I think it's sourdough. Put a rush on that.
A fallopian fungus.
Full-on fallopian fungus.
Full-on fallopian fungus. Now I, too, can sound like a doctor.
That's right, exactly. Exactly. I hate you. Yeah. Yes. So very good, man. That was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was fun.
I stumped you on one
Two.
and a half.
You two. You got me on two.
Well, it took you long enough to get the...
yeah, the Warriors one.
Yeah, but
That
you
took
got
forever.
it. You got it.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, that was one of those movies that... well, I guess most 70s, 60s, older movies are like that. They're banging when they come out the first time you see it because they're new and fresh. And
right.
Then you watch it 30 years later and it's dark.
Yeah.
And the music is kind of whatever, and the slang is way outdated.
Right, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you another movie I think would be a great one for them to remake because it actually was pretty good. I don't know. For the time period, it was really good, which would have been like late 80s, I believe. Like 88 or 89, I think. There was a movie that came out called Free Jack.
Oh, yeah.
It was, it had...
oh, Lord, he's a free jack.
Yeah. Emilio Estevez and of all people, Mick Jagger.
And there was another one in there.
Yeah.
What am I eating this? Oh, what was his name? I'm going to be eating caviar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Buster Poindexter.
Yeah. Yep. You got it.
But he goes by two names.
Yeah. Well, one's Buster Poindexter.
Buster Poindexter is his
his stage name, right?
Musical name. Yeah.
He did Hot.
Yeah, that's
How
it.
you feeling? Hot. Yeah.
How you feeling?
Hot.
How you feeling?
Hot. I'm feeling odd. I'm feeling very odd. Yeah. No, but I know what you mean. He does have another name that isn't his stage name. The one I think he used on that movie, as a matter of fact. But yeah, anyway, I think that movie really deserves to be one that gets rebooted.
That movie would be pretty cool, and technology's almost there.
Yeah,
almost.
Well, that's the interesting thing, man. There's a lot of folks out there who have seen stuff in the past, 70s, 80s, whatever, that you kind of look back at it now and you go to yourself, why haven't they rebooted this idea? You know, a great example is a movie called The Night of the Comet, because it is not only along the lines of what everybody would love nowadays, but it is a really great idea. And the idea is this. In the movie, Catherine Mary Stewart, I don't know if you remember her, she was really big in the 80s. She had a lot of shit going on. Well, anyway, she was the lead character. And she decided this one night that everybody was going to be outside watching this comet go by the United States, actually the Earth. And they were all having a big party like this upcoming eclipse that we're about to have on August 21st.
Mm-hmm.
And as they're going on and watching this comet, she decides to go in with her boyfriend to this completely metal room that has a projector that projects, movies for a thing. And he's working, and she goes in and fucks his brains out. Anyway, long story short, the world gets crushed by this comet, because what happens is the tail of the comet turns everybody into dust. Now, here's the thing. If you're at a direct exposition, if you were able to see the comet, you were dead. It would just turn into this fine red dust, okay? But if you were inside of a house where you were partially, exposed to this comet, then you would become this zombie thing, this very angry, hungry zombie thing, and you'd want to eat human beings. But it was a very small amount of people. Now, the great part about this is it's not a zombie type thing where if you get bit by the zombie, you become. No, you're just going to get chased by the zombie and eaten or partially eaten or whatever, and you'd still be able to get away. And let's say they might take off an ankle or something, and then you keep running. Great. Which sucks because your foot's still there and your leg's still there, but not your ankle.
Could you kill them?
You could kill them, yes. And that's about what this movie was about. Great flick, because the idea is this. End of the world scenario. If you were inside of a building, see that there was a government group that knew that if you were inside this building that would block off, the comet's effects, they knew, and they stored a bunch of people inside there, and they were going to start over, creating a new world for themselves. As you find out throughout the movie, they start getting chased by this governmental group, and they're like, well, you guys are safe, so you must be good, so come and stay with us. So these girls do, and the couple of people that they find that are survivors. As it turns out, though, this government group left a vent open to the outside. And as they left the vent open, the comet's effects got through the vent and started changing them very, very slowly. And as it stands, these people are getting ready to become these zombie monster things, and they've just taken in the group of people who are not going to be zombie monster things. So it becomes a problem of them trying to escape from this government facility. Dude, excellent movie. Excellent. Even for its time period, it was way ahead of its time.
And what's its name?
It's called The Night of the Comet.
The Night of the Comet.
Yes. Or it might just be Night of the Comet. One of the two. But yeah, dude. If you look up Catherine Mary Stewart, you'll know who exactly I'm talking about. As soon as you see her face, you're going to be like, oh my God, I remember her from like fucking everything.
Yeah, I didn't know she was dead either.
She's not dead.
Yeah, died in 1994 of a drug overdose.
What?
That's what...
That's what Snopes said.
Everybody check Wikipedia.
Yeah, she isn't dead.
Yes, she is.
She's not dead.
Well,
she's on IMDb. Is not dead. Yes, Night of the Comet. There is no "the" at the beginning. It's just Night of the Comet. 1984. That's when that came out.
Oh.
That was a great fucking movie. She was also in The Last Starfighter, Weekend at Bernie's, Mischief, The Apple, all kinds of other stuff, man. She was in 35 plus movies. The Girl Next Door, Nighthawks. Oh, I didn't know she was in Nighthawks. That's cool.
Yeah.
She was in Dudes. I don't know if you remember Dudes. That had, what's his face? John Cryer. Yeah, so I mean, she was in tons and tons and tons of stuff then. She's starting to now just get back into the world of acting again. But, yeah, she is, if you take a look at her face from back in the 80s, you'd definitely be like, oh my God, I know who she is. I've seen her before. I wanted to see her get naked. I remember wanting to see her get naked. It was actually, a thing. So, but yeah, Night of the Comet, excellent movie. I think it should have the remakes and the Free Jack movie. I think there should be some kind of shit, because you gotta be able to have that stuff.
I dare you, I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what one more goddamn time.
I ain't gonna say it.
All right. So we got something else, another one of our spoofs along the edge of the skits that we normally do.
Okay.
This one's from the Electric Factory. It's The Adventures of Letterman.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go ahead and shoot this one out there.
The Adventures of Letterman. Legally boned. It's another busy day at the law firm of Gray, Barr and Associates. Here comes Mr. Gray. He's the firm's president. He is very formal.
I run a very formal, tight ship here. There's no room for horseplay. We can do that on our day off.
And here comes the vice president of Gray, Barr and Associates. Attorneys at law, Mr. Barr.
Practicing the law is no place for error. All of our associates are of upstanding moral character and hard work ethic.
Things are running along very smoothly at Gray, Barr and Associates, attorneys at law.
One moment, please.
But wait, what is that rustling in the janitorial supply closet? Oh my goodness, it's Spellbinder with his evil magic wand.
I never liked attorneys or their courtrooms. They all seemed a little too stiff.
After saying that, the evil Spellbinder pulls out his magic wand that he has tucked neatly under his freshly washed turban and steps out of the closet. After coming out of the closet, the Spellbinder takes the R out of Gray, Barr and Associates, and effectively changing it to Gay Barr and Associates.
Hey!
Hi, lawyer guy. Let me check out your briefs. It seems that the evil Spellbinder has made another mess, this time inside the law offices of a highly regarded attorney, changing the name from Gray Barr and Associates to Gay Barr and Associates. What are they going to do? Can Letterman save us? Off in the distance, there's a rumble approaching the redesigned Gay Bar. But what could it be? Oh, great! It's Letterman! Faster than a rolling O, stronger than a silent E, able to leap a capital T in a single bound. It's a word, it's a plan, it's Letterman! Oh, Letterman, it's good to see you. Thank you for coming to save us.
What? No, sorry. I'm just here to have a few drinks and then maybe, I don't know, see what happens?
And there's our buddy Letterman. So, yeah, that was pretty fun.
The Adventures of Letterman.
The Adventures of Letterman, yes. He's fun. He's fun. He has a lot of fun. So, yeah. So, I put that one in. I figured we'd be able to do that one. So,
all right.
We got that one going. So, yeah.
What else you got?
What else have I got? Oh, I've got a couple of Horatio Canes.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear some Horatio Canes.
I have some Horatio Cocaines.
I thought it was Gates. Oh, no, wait. That was the Revolutionary War general. Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So, let's see what we got here. We've got... there we go. All right. Let me get primed. Prime my pump, if you will. Herpes is like a boomerang. Once you think it's gone. Okay, I prematurely ejaculate. Let's try that again. All right. Herpes is like a boomerang. Once you think it's gone, it comes back. Yeah. All right, so I got one more here. It looks as though the piano fell straight down on this child, making it A flat minor. Shit, and I had to think in the wrong spot, too. I got one more. Let's. All right, here we go. He assaulted her with milk, butter, and cream. How dare he? Yeah. And anyway, that's what I got there.
Excellent.
Yes.
We can just make a whole entire best of show, best of Jeff and Dan show with just Horatio.
We could, yeah. Yeah. Just the segments that we have from that is enough to be a whole show. An hour's worth of freaking Horatio Kane stuff. So what else you got, man?
I am out.
You were out.
I made for.
This is our new theme song. Sing along.
Get out your house and jump around. Jump around.
Here we go. Pack it up, pack it in. When we begin, I came to win. Battle me, that's a sin. I won't tell. Okay, you got to shut up.
I got one more thing. I do have one more
All right,
thing.
one more thing.
Yeah. It's a new joke I'm working on. I'll let you hear it. You'll be the first one to hear it.
Okay.
Tell me what you think.
All right.
There's a new version of Pokemon Go that's going around.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Well, it's made for heavy set people.
Ooh.
They don't have to get out of the car. They just drive around to places and go capture the Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're calling it Porkymon.
Porkymon! When it wasn't good enough to be Pokemon, and you're fat, Porkymon. Yeah, that's pretty gnarly, man. Pretty gnarly.
Porkymon.
Yes. Okay.
Pikachu for fat people.
I do have something. I need to do a little bit of research. Shouldn't take too long.
Okay. Do you want me to talk while you're doing some research? Like I can talk about the times that this one time at band camp, I took a flute and I played a little tune.
What little tune did you play?
This one time at band camp, I saw this girl take a flute.
Yeah.
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 And she started playing Mary Had a Little Lamb.
All right.
Yeah.
She had enough air in there.
Oh.
That's what it would have sounded like normally.
With a flute?
Yeah. No, without the flute. If it had just been her doing that. But no, she had the flute in the way, so it was on a... You know,
I thought it would have been
a... Going up and down. All right, so here's the idea. I'm going to read to you clickbait headlines.
Clickbait headlines.
Yes, for what the people don't know, if you don't know what the hell a clickbait is, it's something you may see on social media, you may see it on a website, you may see it just about anywhere on the internet.
Off.
Yes, and basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it off to you, and probably the way they want me to read it off to you. And at that point, I want you to tell me, man, would I click that or not? Now, there's an opportunity here for you to just free your mind. When I say that, I mean, don't worry about the fact that it's there and you're actually going to have to click it, and don't click it. You know what I mean? Like when you identify clickbait and you go, I'm not going to click that. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean? Free your mind. Free your mind of that. Just pretend like these were clickbait, and then you're interested in clicking on clickbait.
Okay.
If that being the case, it should open you up to saying yay or nay a little easier for some of these titles. All right, so here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. Grocery stores fear him. Man creates brain-dead simple system to cutting your grocery bill by 90%. Hint, it's not coupons. Click here.
Pass.
Okay.
Because I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. You get to free your mind from that. Imagine if you didn't know it was bullshit. You know what I mean? Is it something that's catching you? Okay. Here's another one. I seriously can't believe what I just saw. This is unreal.
When you find out what these kids are jumping into, your jaw will drop. Click or no. And there's an image of 3 kids jumping off of what looks like a waterfall.
Well, taking myself outside the clickbait, I probably would have taken a look at it.
Okay.
But now that I can identify clickbait,
right,
and I see that as clickbait,
right, exactly,
real easy. I saw that coming a mile away. I saw that before I even got here tonight.
Yeah, exactly. That shit was a billboard on Mars, motherfucker. I saw all the way out here. All right, okay. Here's the next one. Baby ducks see water for the first time. Can you believe what they do?
Yeah, I would click that.
I would click that. Yes, I would too. As a matter of fact, that's probably one of the easiest ones to get me as animals. Usually, especially if it's cute animals. All right, here's the next one. This girl didn't know what's inside her, not until they cut her pants off. Shocking. And it's a picture of a woman laying down inside of a hospital room, and the nurse, it looks like she's cutting her pants off.
Honey, it's called pubic hair.
It's called an enlarged clitoris. You'll be fine.
The pervert in me would say, "Oh yeah, you clicked it now.
Right.
You click it now."
Right, exactly. Let's get to it. Come on, let's do it.
Is it anywhere near the
I don't know. There looks like there's something. There looks like. Shall I? No, I don't need the headaches. There definitely looks like there's something near her punani, which looks like it might be kind of swollen. I don't know. So, but it also asks at the bottom. It says, "How could she didn't know?" Okay, that's what it says. Literally underneath of it, it says, "How could she didn't know?"
How could she? Now that's another sign of clickbait,
right?
That they don't even give a fuck enough to pay the foreign guy or whoever that's doing the editing.
Exactly. All right, next one. This is not a joke. You may laugh, but you shouldn't. It's quite horrifying.
Pass.
Okay.
Because I'm not into horrifying
right,
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm not into broken legs and fucking people fucking or anything. Anyway. Next one, here we go. 87-year-old trainer shares secret to losing weight.
I would click that.
I probably would, yeah.
Even though I know
it's junk.
Do you know what? Can I stop the train here and just talk about weight loss for a second?
You got it.
I think it's whatever you decide. I think a little bit is knowledge.
Right.
You learn how to eat correctly and how to use your food in different ways. Like one thing that has helped me a little bit is the evening meal. I try to make it as most protein as I can. Right. You don't get fat from protein.
Right. Yeah. Not usually.
And eat your carbs in the morning.
Right. Yeah. So that way you have a nice, healthy, quick day. You get the energy early on. Right.
And so that's part of it. And since I actually got my ass off the couch and bought into that, if you will, then the rest of it follows. I'm not sure how to explain it other than there's no one single magic weight loss key. There's lots of good ideas.
Right. There's a lot of interesting and good ideas. And I think you hit upon it. The one thing that I definitely know that works, and works for me like gangbusters, is don't eat anything after 6 p.m.
That's what Chef Tammy said.
Yeah.
She said she don't eat after 6 p.m.
Right.
And it's like, well, A, I don't get off work till 6.
Yeah.
And B, I don't go to bed till 11, 12 o'clock. That's 5 hours and 55 minutes without anything to eat.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, my problem is I get peanut butter fudge at the end of like a day of dealing with food, and then like 10 o'clock at night I'm like, ooh, peanut butter fudge. Yes. I'm going to eat the hell out of that.
Especially when you're all toked up.
Yeah.
That's some of my problem.
Yeah.
Being all toked up at 11 o'clock at night.
And then being like, oh, I'm fucking starving. Dude, but that's so weird because I used to get high all the time and I used to be drunk all the time. And I don't think I was ever a bad person. I can't say that I was or wasn't, but I didn't consider myself bad when I did those things. I just considered myself a lot more mellow. And that's the one time period in my life where I lost the most weight. I lost almost 100 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes. I'm kind of wondering, what is the weed really doing to me when it makes me hungry? Am I like going and eating stuff that has no sustenance whatsoever, and that's the reason why I'm not getting fat or gaining weight?
Well, the weed thing, if I may.
Yes.
The weed thing seems to stimulate the appetite for carbs. Okay. Sugar. So and that's why you pick pizza, donuts.
Right.
You just don't start. Well, I don't know. I guess anything that's available in there, and first easiest thing I'm picking up and eating.
Right.
But I guess if you laid it all out in front of me, I probably, when I'm all toked up, I probably would start with the donuts.
Right. Something quick and easy that's bound to fill you up in a way that's kind of satisfying in all regards.
Or pizza, which pizza I consider healthy, but you have to eat it in the right time of day.
Right. I think one of the biggest things, besides not eating after 6 o'clock, now initially I heard don't eat anything after 9, but it really depends on what time you end up falling asleep.
Yes.
My biggest concern, my biggest problem, just real quick on that point, is if I don't eat anything after 6 o'clock and I don't go to bed until 2 in the morning, I'm usually pretty hungry by that point.
Yes.
And it gets bad. I mean, to the point where my stomach's gnawing and I'm going, I can't go to bed without eating something.
You figure the normal times people eat during the day, if they lead a quote-unquote normal day. They eat breakfast in the morning, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Grab a snack at 10.
Yeah.
Eat lunch at 12.
Right.
Snack at 2.
Yeah.
Dinner at 5.
Right.
Snack at 8.
Yeah. Well, see, here's the problem, though.
And then they're in bed by 10, so they don't go no more than 2, 3, 4 hours without anything to eat.
Right.
But if you eat at 6, if you eat at 5, and you don't go to bed till 11.
Right. You got 6 hours of shit to do.
6 hours, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long ways.
And just because it's evening doesn't necessarily mean that you're not doing nothing.
Right. Well, yeah. That's the other thing, too, is if you're expending any kind of energy and you've just eaten and it takes you 5, 6 hours until you're going to bed, by the time you expend most of that energy, you're going to be hungry again.
Do you remember a fellow by the name of Rush Limbaugh?
Oh, yeah.
One of the things that he had said and stuck with me, he says he doesn't exercise. He lost a lot of weight and he kept it off.
Sure.
By eating right,
okay.
I guess.
Yeah. Little do you know, there's personal trainers in the background, but you know.
Well, he says he doesn't exercise.
Right.
And he says he doesn't exercise other than golf. He says because it stimulates appetite. It was like, holy shit, he's right.
Yeah.
Go out and throw some wood around. I guarantee you'll be wanting a chicken sandwich when you're done.
Exactly. You got to have something. And that's the thing. When you're get to the point at night when you're really, really hungry and you got to go to sleep, you can't. You just can't. I can't do it because it makes me like I can't do it. With the growling and the gnawing sensation, it's just like, oh my God, I got to do something. And that's where I always fall into the pitfall where I have a midnight snack and then at 2 in the morning I'm going to sleep and then I sleep too long because my body's been fed and I'm not doing anything, so my body continues to be fed. So, 4 o'clock the next afternoon, I'm waking up going, hey, man, how the hell did I wake up? All right, very cool.
Okay.
All right.
Next one.
Yes, next one. By pouring milk in an ice cube tray, she created a genius life hack. A genius life hack. That was hard to say.
No thanks. It's just milk cubes.
Right, exactly. Now, see, here's the thing. They have a picture that shows them. Half of the milk cube, or half of the trays are filled with milk. The other half are filled with coffee. So I'm thinking it's probably just iced coffee. Anyway, yeah,
and
I would click it.
She puts it in a glass and takes it to work. And by the time she gets to work, she starts sipping on it. She has iced coffee all day.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. She found this cardboard box, but when she rips it open, I'm speechless.
I would probably pass on that.
Yeah, I probably would too, because it definitely seemed like it was going to be kind of shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then there's a little thing down below it too. It says, this past week, a Tennessee woman saw a cardboard box outside a Goodwill drop-off area. The box was moving, so she immediately ripped it open. What she found inside was shocking.
Pass.
Yeah. See, that's the same one from the one before. It just basically had this other, thing. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever fallen prey to clickbait?
Yes, and I know sometimes I even know I'm in the middle of clickbait and I still keep fucking clicking.
Right. Now, here's the question I have for you. Have you ever seen one that's like, enable your financial riches by doing this one thing, and you go to the site and they're like, you can definitely do this. All you must do is follow this one rule, and if you follow this one rule, you will be assured financial success just by following this one simple rule.
Go to work.
No. That's pretty much it, yeah. No, and then they say, but in order to find out what that one simple rule is, buy my thing. Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Dude, I had been through sites that are like 20 pages long where they're telling you like stories about the life that this person led and blah blah blah, and then you get down to it and they're like, why don't you buy our ebook for $2.95? That's all it is, $2.95. Yeah. So yeah, it's stupid.
Let me tell you an old form of clickbait that I fell sucker to.
Okay.
Now, kids and kiddos that are new to the show, we used to have this thing called print. And there would be ads that you could buy goods and services from the print.
Yeah.
Well, one of them I fell prey to, and it ran for years. Work on a cruise ship.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that one?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Work on a cruise ship. You call 888-888-888, whatever the number was. 888-876, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And you would call, and I paid money. I forget how, but I paid money.
Yeah.
And they sent me a book on how to write a resume and names and addresses of all the cruise liners. There you go, kid. Thanks for the $29.95.
Exactly. Another good one was how you could make $5,000 a month just working from home. You still see those. They're still out there. This woman made $3,622 this month from just working at home. And then you find out it's stuffing envelopes. And that's basically what it is. You're just cold calling, but you're not actually calling anybody. So yeah. And they're like, well, you got to spend money to make money. You buy all the postage, and we pay you back when somebody buys your shit. Really? Seriously? No. That's all right. Fuck that. That's as bad as PayPal and eBay. If you try and sell something on eBay, if you aren't a long-term registered person on eBay and PayPal, PayPal will not give you your money to ship the item that you need to ship to the person you just sold to. You have to come up with the shipping money yourself. Then that person has to receive the item, be happy with the item, and then PayPal gets the thing, and it says, well, we know when it gets delivered, so, we'll give you, either they respond or we'll give you 3 days, and then we'll, put the money in your account.
And that is why, my friend, these little pieces of shit that eBay and PayPal are dropping on their customers is why Facebook yard sales are becoming huge.
Right.
Why Craigslist is making out.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to play their little bullshit games.
Right.
It's like, and I'm not sticking up for the buyer or the seller. I realized a lot can happen in 3 days when you're shipping a package from Pittsburgh to Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
A lot could happen.
Yeah.
And it could either be the seller's fault. He could never ship it. He could all kinds of things could happen.
Right.
It could have been broke by the post office.
Yeah, force majeure, any type of God nature thing,
The buyer could just be a thieving dickhead.
Right. And then try to post negative shit about the fact they never got it, and they did get it,
And so it could be porch pirates, which is getting to be a big problem.
Right. Well, you know what? I've believe it or not, I've limited eBay purchases to one single type of purchase. And that is something that I can't get made in America. On the cheap, anyway. A great example of that are what's called 50-50 SMD LED lights, which are basically a strip of LED lights, very thin. They're waterproof, and they have a sticky back on them, so you can tap them to anything. As a matter of fact, our on-the-air sign here at the studio is made with those. I also have them in the home theater on the one step.
And why can't you possibly get this in the United States?
They don't make it here.
Are we gonna hurt ourselves with these little things?
No. No, but I tell you this. Somebody's getting paid 33 cents an hour in order to make them where they're getting made at, and that's the reason why I can get a roll of 1,000 of them for, $5, $6. That's the reason why. If we made them here in the United States, it'd be $15, easy. And that's the reason. But that's what I do. I go to eBay just specifically for that. Anything that I know that I can get from a foreign country easier, I'll get it here. And the really wild part about that is they've bucked the system. They really know how to do their shit. These countries like China and Taiwan and Japan, they know how to do the thing. What they do is they set up somebody over here in the United States to become their storefront. And then they'll ship massive quantities of this shit to them for 10 cents a piece or whatever. Whatever the hell they're making them for. Because honestly, dude, all those rolls of LED lights, they're just one continuous roll. That roll might go for 10 miles, but they don't need to send 10 miles of stuff. They don't want to, so they wrap it up on these things and then cut them. Wrap them up, cut them. And there's a machine that does that, I'm pretty sure. So they end up shipping everything over to their storefront, And then that way they don't have the waiting period. You don't have to wait for it to ship in from China. And you still get the cost that's really, really low because the person, the middleman, is basically working with the company. So they're not getting paid, enormous amounts of money, just enough to keep the storefront going. So, and I know that's a shit thing to say. Trust me, believe me when I say I would much rather shop American. But there's just certain things that you can't get, especially when it comes to unique technology. You can't get when it's so much cheaper in China that you get here. It'd be like 10 times more or whatever. So I then that, and it's very infrequently. I'm sorry, that I shop on eBay. It's once every 6 months, maybe.
I've never bought anything. I just browse.
Yeah,
I see lots of shit I want.
Right. Oh yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Is you can look at eBay as a reference point. Dude, for the last 20 years. I've been doing that.
As a reference point as to how much something costs.
Right, exactly. How much I'm going to get for it. What should I charge somebody on Craigslist for what I'm about to sell? Do it every single time. And then, if you're a smart seller, you will do something like that. If you're going to sell it on your website, you're going to sell it on Craigslist, you're going to sell it on yard sales, any of this stuff. Let Go. There's tons and tons of these apps now. Wallapop and, all kinds of shit. But what you do is you study how much this thing is worth. Is it still being made? If it is, how much is it worth new? But usually things aren't still being made, so you got to go and find a place that's going to sell those pretty frequently, and that's eBay. That's where you get your research information from. You go to eBay and you're like, oh yeah, I checked all the completed items, and the ones that did sell sold for $250. So that's what I'm going to put my price at. And that's what I usually do. I put the price on Craigslist or any of these other ones, and then somebody says, I'll give you $200 for it. And the first thing that comes out of your mouth is, I can get $250 for it on eBay right now. I just don't want to deal with the hassles. And the people are like, all right, I'll give you $250. Seriously, it works every single time. Because what will happen? If you were buying something from me and you got in contact with me and you said, I'll give you $200 for it, you know damn well that thing's worth more than $300. You're going to give me $200 for it. Okay, but I would do $250 because, I can sell it on eBay for that much. I just don't want to have to deal with the hassles. The first thing you're probably going to do, being a savvy shopper, is going to be going to eBay to find out what the hell the prices are, kind of getting an idea of. And, that's kind of what happens. So that's my whole thing. Yeah. All right, so let's do this next one.
Clickbait.
I only have a couple more, I think. Yeah, a couple more. Think this is just a normal shed? Just wait inside. Just think this is a normal shed? Just wait until you see what's inside. And there's a picture of a shed, and it's definitely really cool looking. Made out of pine wood and all nice. And it says the doghouse on the outside in a big sign.
Pass.
And yeah, it's a bar. It's like a storage shed bar.
Okay.
It's pretty interesting, but you didn't know that because it was whoever did this list said, spoiler, it's a bar. Yeah, so they told me what it is.
What clickbait gets me are these stories like this one got me last night. Stars that used to work McDonald's and their stories of their last week, their last day or whatever. And I click on one because I wanted to see. I read one paragraph, wanted to see the rest of it. And of course, when you click on that, that's not the first story.
Right,
that's
of course.
Like the 8th.
Yeah.
And that's what I mean when I'm in the middle of it. Damn it, I know this is clickbait. Click story number 7. But as soon as I'm done with this.
Yeah.
But, well.
One of the biggest ones on Facebook is Cracked. Do you remember Cracked magazine?
Uh-huh.
Cracked magazine has a Facebook page, and they actually have a website. So their website ends up putting these lists and stuff on there. They always get me. Always like, oh man, come check it out. And of course, I'm never at my home computer. I'm on my phone. And my phone is fucking terribly slow. Especially when you get to this page on Cracked, and there's 900 advertisements, and then finally your picture. And what do? Just to be nice to you, they make sure the picture's far enough down the page so every time you hit the next one, you've got to scroll fucking down the page again to get to the next picture. Yeah, it's a dickbag move. And the other part is, there's so much shit loading on the page that it actually wrecks my phone. And the other one that really, really sucks is you're in the middle of reading these lists, okay, and they didn't put each one on different pages. It's all on the same page, right? Which is great. But as you're scrolling down, you're using your thumbs to scroll it down. You accidentally hit one of the advertisements.
Yes,
and
I do that all the time.
Right. And then you have to end up going back. Now, Cracked is really shitty in the regards that you could be halfway through an article, not touch anything. You're just scrolling through and hitting the fonts and moving up. And as you do, it decides to refresh the page.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, and now you took me 5 fucking paragraphs away from where I was at, you inconvenient piece of shit. Anyway, yeah. So here's another one. Yeah.
Why don't you play a commercial real quick?
Okay. Commercial time. Commercials.
He knows Victoria's secret. He's the only man who can do a wheelie on a unicycle. He sleeps with a pillow under his gun. He can piss his name into concrete. He can drown a fish. He is the most interesting man in the world. His name is Jeff. I am not always thirsty for content, my friend, but when I am, I listen to the Jeff and Dan show because I am funny as fuck. Stay giggly, mis amigos.
How many times have you seen a World War II vet with a tattoo of a pretty girl on his arm?
Huh?
Or the name of the Army company on the forearm of a Korean War vet?
I wasn't in the Korean War.
Or have you ever seen the Navy vet with the name of their ship or sub inked on their arm?
Sure, I'd like a sub.
When we were trying to figure out how to get the name of our tattoo company out there, we had a brilliant idea. We at Locke Studios decided to visit every nursing home and senior center in the central Pennsylvania area.
Where the hell am I?
And to top it all off, we gave each seasoned citizen at the Golden Years Senior Retirement Center a free tattoo.
Where the hell am I?
Yep. We wanted people to remember our names. So, Grandma now has www.lockstudiostattoo.com right across her forehead.
My head hurts.
In show of our appreciation, we re-inked every single one of those vets. We redid the lines of that USN 670 Atlantic Fleet Resupply Command
Get
tattoo.
off my lawn!
We redrew the lines of the Army Company B skull and crossbones of the Korean War vet.
Damn dirty chinks!
We put new color and new life in the Rosie the Riveter tattoo from the World War II vet's arm.
I did that.
And to help a few of the residents and nursing staff out, we went the extra mile and needled some of them with helpful tats, like, if found, please return to Dementia Ward, or please call the Brethren Home at 555-1212 for assistance.
My brother's not home.
And as a public service, we even marked some with diabetic or arthritic. Don't worry, most of these precious senior citizens are not even going to feel any pain, let alone remember any of this. And don't be alarmed when Grandma exposes barbells or other nipple jewelry.
Now my boobs hurt.
We also do body piercing. So when you think of your next tattoo or body piercing, think of Locke Studios. Visit us in person at 12 Baltimore Street, Gettysburg, PA, or call area code 717-398-2241 to make an appointment. And check us out in some of our best work on the internet at www.lockstudiostattoo.com. Tell them you heard of them here on the Jeff and Dan Show and receive no money off your next tattoo.
The Jeff and Jan Show? Who are they?
So that's a couple. We're going to be coming out with some new commercials soon. But I did want to make a point real quick. If you do have a business and you'd like to have the commercial made for you, we would be willing to do that. And you can stress whether or not it should be funny or not in order to get people. And we will work with you in order to get that commercial made. And you'd be helping out the show, of course. So do me a favor. Visit us at jeffanddan.com and use the form on the right-hand side and send us a note to let us know that you'd like us to create a commercial for your business or even personal. Doesn't matter. If you're looking to get laid, that's cool. We can do a commercial for you too. This guy here wants to get laid, So, yeah, no big problems. And, yeah, so that's cool. So we're going to go back to a couple more. We only have a couple more of the clickbaits.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here. Here's another one. When you read these 19 shocking food facts, you'll never want to eat again.
Yeah, I'm kind of torn.
Yeah.
I'm always interested in food.
I would click on that shit in a heartbeat.
Would you?
Yes, and I have numerous times.
What is it that draws you in?
It's always the fact that it's like, you'll never want to eat again. And I'm like, okay, well, how bad could it possibly be, And then you find out it's like, oh, Wendy's chili is made out of blah, blah, blah. And that pink slime you see makes, chicken nuggets, which is totally false. But the pink slime actually is the stuff they put in the hamburger, which is fine by me. I don't care. They can put that shit in there all they want. Fill it up. Give me some pink shit. Pink burger. So you're torn, huh?
Yeah, the food thing, I'm always I'm always interested to know what foods do to you. Like I know what some of the best foods in the world to eat: broccoli,
right?
Blueberries,
yes.
So these things I know just by reading little quips and Reader's Digest on the internet, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I'm curious to know all the time what certain foods good effects or bad effects.
Right.
However, that one smelled like clickbait. I'd probably enter in that old house of ill repute anyways.
Those are always notorious for getting me. The worst ones for me are celebrities. But not like if there's a picture of J-Lo or a picture of Kim Kardashian. It's always ones like, you won't believe what this celebrity shared inside of this magazine. And you see like an ass. And you're like, ooh, I got to go look at that.
Nice donkey.
Exactly. Be nice, donkey. Yeah. So, okay, so let's do this next one. All she did was drag her plate across the pool. What happened next blew my mind. Okay, she dragged her plate across the pool. All she did was drag her plate across the pool. What happened next blew my mind.
Well, but first of all, the question I ask is it like plate from...
They show a picture of a woman sitting on the edge of a pool with an actual, what looks like a Corelle plate.
A food plate.
Yeah.
Not like she's going to pull out her false teeth. Yeah. I'm just rinsing them off in the water.
That's right. Oh, damn it. All this freaking...
I probably would pass.
Effort all over the damn pool.
I probably would pass.
Yeah, I probably would too. And it goes on to say, she dragged her plate across water in the pool and then noticed something odd in the water. 2 black circles appeared on the bottom of the pool. But what could... Ellipsis. But what could... That part actually gets me a little bit more than the original headline.
That sentence? That sentence just falling off?
2 black circles appeared. As soon as I read that, I was like, ooh, I don't know, I might end up reading that. Appeared in the bottom of the pool, but what could...
I don't know, maybe some black olives that fell off the plate of salad?
She created eddies with her plate, and that's what it is. It's just a density of water different from the other water that made it look like little black circles. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's incredible. I'll try that at my pool. I don't have a pool.
Well, we can. We can make one. I'll bring the guys. We'll do it. All right. 2 close friends went exploring in an old house. What they found is chilling.
Well, that's another tosser. Number one, I don't like chiller. I don't like thriller. I don't like creepy. I don't like horror. But I am curious about old places, particularly architecture.
Yeah.
However, I do have to say this side note.
Yeah.
You and I have been into a lot of empty buildings, empty places.
Sure.
Empty, spooky kind of places.
Yeah.
Not once did anything ever remotely spooky
happen. Exactly. You do more damage to your own psyche than anything else in this world could potentially do.
It's called mind-fucking yourself.
Exactly. It's like walking into darkness. Oh, I was in the home theater the other night. We had those bad thunderstorms that came through, and all the power in my house went out. And I just for a brief second started freaking out.
You were in total darkness.
Pitch fucking dark. There was no light whatsoever in the whole room. Me and the boys were watching Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, which is a great movie. I love that movie. And just pitch dark.
Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah, with just any little noise, anything. It could have been like a fucking spider fart. I don't care. It would have been like, what? And then all of a sudden the power came back on, and I'm like,
Joe Christie, I love her.
That's right. I'm gonna be big and powerful and strong for my. What the fuck is that noise? Yeah. So, yeah, it really is. It's truly you mind fucking yourself. Like in the middle of the night when everybody's kind of in bed, and I walk out back to go to like a thing of dog food, or I walk actually outside the house and I start walking through the darkness. Yeah, you mind fuck yourself. You just like. Oh my God! What is that noise?
Shit, yeah. I mind fuck myself regularly.
Yeah, which is just nasty.
I probably get more mind fucking than I do fucking.
So your brain should be sort of worn out. You might have BD by now.
Yeah, my brain's a hoe.
Brain dysfunction. All right, here's
I have Brian dysfunction.
I done something. All right, when she places a mug over an egg, it doesn't get any better than this.
I'm curious.
I would, yeah. I think it would kind of be interesting too.
It has to be a one click thing, and It would tell me instantly on the next page?
Well, it says, yeah. Some of these have spoilers. It actually tells you what it is. When she places a mug over an egg, it doesn't get any better than this. What she's doing is she's placing the mug over the yolk in the center of the egg, which is on this little plate.
Okay.
And while she's holding the mug there over the little yolk of the egg, she takes the white off and creates a meringue with it, which is the white shit on top of the pie.
Oh, so all she created was an easy way to get white off.
It's not even easy. Dude, you know how to separate egg whites. Just crack the egg in half and roll back and forth like a fucking slinky, and that usually works like 99% of the time.
Yeah, but you could... that reminds me.
Yeah.
You could get a shell in your egg.
Yeah, you could get little bits, which kind of sucks, but yeah. So anyway, let's see.
Clickbait.
Yeah, clickbait. Here's a paycheck for a McDonald's worker, and here's my jaw dropping to the floor. And they have the year-to-date gross, and it looks like it's like $13,000 or something. Oh, and then the next year they made less. What the hell?
Pass. It's simple math.
Yeah.
You make $8 an hour times 40 hours.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, you don't even make that. $735.
And multiply that by 52. It comes out to $13,000. Wow.
Oh.
It must be a miracle.
It's a miracle.
No, it's simple math.
All right, here's the next one. She puts her toilet brush under the seat. Why? It's genius. I don't know that that's genius.
I don't know.
She puts her toilet brush under the seat. Why? It's genius. And there's a picture of a woman with the yellow gloves on. She's holding what looks like a commercial toilet seat, the U type. And she's putting the seat down with the toilet brush hanging into the middle of the toilet without being in the water. The reason why she does it is because she's drip drying her brush. See what I'm saying? It's a beauty, because that's true. That's exactly what you do that. I mean, you could do that. I never even thought about doing that. I was just like, drip shit all over the floor. Here we go.
No, I just shake the fuck out of it. Let that water go everywhere.
Here's the big hint when it comes to that. Always make sure when you're plunging the toilet, your mouth is closed. Yeah, because that one just sucks. I've had it splash all the way up to my mouth, dude, and it was just horrifyingly bad. I was so sickened.
And then you had to clean up puke.
Yeah. I almost threw up all over the damn thing. All right, here we go. A couple more. This guy did the coolest but possibly most illegal DIY project ever. The end result, genius. All right. And it looks like a brick wall with some grass growing on it, and the word "grow." It's made like a cursive version of the word "grow."
Yeah, I would click on that.
I probably would. He made moss graffiti. That's basically what you see on the wall is what he did.
That could be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you could somehow... How did he do it?
It doesn't say. It just said he made moss graffiti.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah,
okay.
so
All right.
you probably just put something up there and then start a bacterial fungi or some shit and then end up growing moss across it, because it's kind of what that is. All right, here we go. What this ugly little bird can do to survive is actually pretty genius. And it's a freaky looking bird. I mean, the bird is just all over the place. Solid yellow, orange, and it's got some gray wings, but it's got its hair all up. It's pretty wild. It looks like it almost has a porcupine needle all over it or something.
I would probably click it. I am interested in nature.
Yeah.
Click it.
Click it. Oh, and it says what this bird does is it curls into a ball.
That's supposed to make it attractive enough to get laid?
No, attractive enough to get away from prey. Yeah.
A bird.
Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was just talking to the wife about that today. Did you know praying mantises will eat a hummingbird?
I did hear that recently. Yes, I did.
Yeah, and there's pictures of it, too. People, they're like, why are these praying mantises eating the brains out of these fucking hummingbirds? I'm like, brains? That's pretty gross. Then there's a picture, of course, with this praying mantis. It's a legit picture. It was done by somebody on Facebook who put it up and said this is what happened at her feeder when a praying mantis got there. It got hungry enough. Now, see, praying mantises hang around bird feeders like that because they know that bees and stuff will show up. and they'll snap the bee in half and eat the shit out of those. No big deal. But
why do we give such license to an animal to terrorize?
I don't know.
Because it looks like it's a Christian?
No. Because it's praying?
Yeah.
No.
Other than that, it's a praying mantis. Don't kill it.
Right.
Kill the fucker!
Yeah, exactly. It makes great fishing bait. It really does.
They come after humans, too.
Oh, yeah. They'll walk right after your ass. They used to say, first of all, praying mantises were protected by state laws. I don't know if you've ever had anybody tell you that, but they were like, you'll get a $500 fine if you come. No, it's bullshit. Anyway, the other thing is people tell you that praying mantises, if you put one in your hands and it works, it just chills and is no problem, then you're a good person. But if it snaps on you and goes and bites you or anything, then you're a bad person.
If you need an insect to tell you to answer that question about yourself,
you're probably already bad. Exactly.
Or dumb.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah.
And B, if an insect can tell that about you.
Right. Then why couldn't a human being tell that about you?
Why can't your best friend tell you that?
Exactly.
Which that reminds me, Jeff.
Yes. Happy birthday, you fuck. You're a real piece of shit. Anyway, but no, that's praying mantises, man, are just, I don't know. Yeah, I totally agree. If they're being an asshole, just...
We just give them a license to be an asshole just because they give off the appearance of being a Christian.
Right, exactly.
Why don't we start calling them Jimmy Swaggarts instead of praying mantis?
Pat Robinson is now a bug. And you too at the 700 Club. Okay, sure. Okay, now this is gonna start another thing here. We'll talk about it here in a second, but here's the next one. It says, she left her son in the car and went away, but she didn't expect something this terrifying to happen.
Pass.
I would pass too, but I did see one today that was clickbait that said something to the effect of, states are getting ready to pass this kind of law so that people won't be able to leave children in the car. And I'm just like, okay.
Did you click that?
I did not.
I was going to say, you stupid ass, there's already laws about that.
I know, exactly. They've already been there. It's called, homicide.
Manslaughter.
Manslaughter, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, my daughter, my oldest daughter, today was talking about it. She says she doesn't understand how people can leave their kids in their cars. But I think she's missing the point of this situation, because I would gander probably about 90%, if not more, of the people who are leaving children in the cars did it on purpose.
Maybe, because I have the same question as Brooklyn. I can understand it for just a few minutes.
Crystal, actually. It was Crystal that asked that question.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, why did I assume it was Brooklyn?
No, you might have thought I said youngest. I don't know. I said oldest. Yeah, Crystal, yeah. She was like, I don't understand. I'm like, I think, honestly, it's just people want their kid to die, or want this kid to die. The worst one today was, and there's always one during the summer, almost every day, and they're horrifyingly bad. But this one was a daycare worker left a young boy in the van, and of course the child expired, and now she's in trouble. Now she's going to go.
I can kind of see that. I'm not forgiving, but right. I can understand that.
A little bit better than parents who are like 2 feet away from their kid.
Or a parent. What's on your mind 24 hours a day?
Your kids.
Sure, you may escape for 10 minutes here.
Right.
But at minute number 11, oh shit, I left him in the car.
Right. Exactly.
The donuts, not the kid.
Go get the chocolate. They're fucking melting. Don't you realize it's summertime outside? Yeah. No. I. To be honest, I don't think there's ever a time that I ever thought, I'm just going to leave my kid in the car. It'll be fine. I'll go in here while it's 95 degrees outside and 182 inside the car. I never thought that. Not ever once. I was always like, now don't get me wrong. I have gotten out of the car with the intention of going into the store and forgot that the child was sitting in the child seat. Now, that has happened. But as soon as I got out of the car, I was looking in the car, and there's the child. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I got the child out. So there was never any complication with that. So, but yeah, I get your point. I could see the daycare worker, even though they were supposedly in charge, they should know that there's an additional kid there. But there have been other cases that are very similar to that. One of those was a 3-year-old kid, I believe he was 3 years old, 3 or 4, crawled into the back of the minivan. Okay, and was supposed to be at home with the father, but was outside playing under the father's watch, and the father went and did something. The kid saw that mom was getting ready to leave, went and got into the minivan and crawled into the back. And the mom took off, and he really didn't say a word, apparently. I don't know why, whatever. Maybe it was only a two-second trip. I don't know. But she ended up leaving the kid in the car, and he ended up dying, of course. And then there's always those heartbreaking ones where it's the kids were playing, and of course there's an old Datsun sitting out in the front yard that hasn't moved in like decades. But it just so happens the trunk is easy to open, and it just so happens it's also easy to close. And kids go out there and play hide and go seek and get locked in the trunk and can't get out. Nobody can figure out where they're at, and they expire. That's actually happened quite a few times, believe it or not. So, yeah, enough to get that out there. Okay, only 2 more. 2 more. I think it's 2 more. Okay, it's a tumor. It's a tumor. Mm-hmm. This intense footage will shake even the most skeptic and non-believer. Ooh. And there's a picture of the subway tunnel from England, the underground, what they call the channel. And there is the round tube, and of course it's pointing into the darkness of the tube. And it says, this intense footage will shake even the most skeptic non-believer.
Pass. Just because I would think it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Not clickbait, but bullshit.
Yeah. It says there's a blurry thing that might be a ghost. And then in quotation, or in parentheses, it says, it's not a ghost. Yeah. Okay. And we'll just do this last one here. There's a picture of Bill Nye. You know who Bill Nye is?
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Yes! No, he's not the guy. Shut up. Bill Nye wasn't always the science guy. His story makes him even... Oh, his story makes me like him even more. Bill Nye wasn't always the science guy. His story makes me like him even more. Science and technology.
I probably... Does the story look like it's slanting it towards... he's a decent human being after all, or is it more of his science work?
No, it just basically is trying to humanize him. Instead of this person that is the face of science for the most part, it's trying to make him seem more like he's a human being. Yeah, basically. You know, he's more of a human being than you think. Yeah, I would click it because I'm a big Bill Nye fan.
Bill Nye Wi-Fi.
Bill Y the Science-Fi. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, no, I would definitely click it because I always click his stuff. I click his Michio Kaku. Yeah,
who?
Michio Kaku.
Oh, who is that?
He's probably the only Asian you will ever see that's full of white hair. That's like really long. It comes down to his chin, basically, and he talks about a lot of stuff when it comes to science. I believe he's an astrophysicist.
An asshole physicist.
Let me see if I can pull up one of his videos really quick. Here we go. This one's kind of long, so... This is Michio Kaku, the universe in a nutshell.
My name is Professor Michio Kaku. I'm a professor of theoretical physics at the City University of New York.
Theoretical physics.
And I specialize in something called string theory.
Yes.
I'm a physicist, and some people ask me the question, what has physics done for me lately? I mean, do I get better color television? Do I get better internet reception with physics?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes. You see, physics is at the very foundation of matter and energy.
Michio Kaku, type it in real quick. M-I-C-H I-O space K-A-K-U.
Oh my God.
See the long hair? He's got the great long white hair. It's freaking awesome. I believe he's Japanese, of Japanese persuasion, but yeah, he speaks perfect English. And yeah, he's a theoretical physicist. The other person that I really truly have a great respect for is Neil deGrasse Tyson, which is the black guy who's done all of the new Cosmos that came out.
Okay.
He's the guy that pretty much
I didn't even know
talking.
they did any more New Cosmos.
Yeah, they did. They had a whole season of it back, I think, 2013 or 2014. It was on Fox, I believe.
That's Sagan's old show, right?
Yes. Yeah, Carl Sagan, yeah. And, he, I respect him greatly. He is an astrophysicist. He's the one that looks out in the sky and basically determines what could potentially be happening. But he's also a regular guy, and he's a scientist. So he knows what he's talking about, and he makes you understand what he's talking about by breaking it down for you in the simplest terms. And that's the reason why I like watching him. Those three men, Bill Nye, Michio Kaku, and Neil deGrasse Tyson, are my three favorite scientists of all time. I mean, even the people that are dead, I think these guys, are up there with those guys,
Is he still living?
Newton, who?
Michio Kaku.
Yeah, they're all still living. Yeah, they're the current scientists. The ones I highly respect. And I think everybody kind of, if you like science at all, it's basically those are the three guys who you most likely respect. Bill Nye just had a new show, Bill Nye the Science Guy. Remember he used to have that TV show on? Well, he just came out with one for adults. And basically the people that used to watch his show way back when are now adults. And this new show is for them. And it's on Netflix. You can buy it or rent it and watch the episodes on there streaming. It's pretty cool. So, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who would have ever thought a man talking about his arm would be so interesting? Yes, this man posted an ad online that could shock and disgust almost anyone. This kid steps up to a tower that's almost as tall as he is, then, oh my God. That's what it says, OMG.
These are more clickbaits?
Yeah, I'm just running through them real quick. When baby started to cry, this dog had a reaction you need to see for yourself. It almost sounds like I should be doing that in a comedy thing. When baby started to cry, this dog had a reaction you need to see for yourself. Yeah.
Did you ever see the video Hero Cat with the little cat that some dingo or something or a wild dog started dragging off this toddler?
Oh, yes.
And this cat just comes from nowhere.
And just tears that animal
just
up.
bullets right into the dog.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I did see that.
You did see that?
I did see that,
Yeah.
yeah. It was in somebody's driveway. Wasn't it? Yeah. I remember seeing that.
And the cat, it just amazed me that the cat
instinctively
did this for humans.
Right.
And still had the presence of mind to continue to see it run off, chase off after it, and and come back and check on the kid.
Right. Yeah.
It just amazing for the brain the size of a golf ball.
Right. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, it's amazing that, but it's also more amazing because cats are assholes.
Cats are assholes.
100% of the time.
90% of the time.
Yeah, your cat's a little more assholish than my cats are. He's like, I'm going to pet you. No, you're not, fucker. Come here. Scratch your ass up.
Oh, he's not an asshole, though, when come mealtime.
Oh, no, of course not.
No.
As soon as he hears the vittles.
I do have a question for you, not to bring your private life into the podcast or anything, but why do you have two litter boxes and one's this giant, enormous tote?
It was the biggest possible tote my wife could find to make a litter box. Because when we went to Maine, we went on vacation.
Oh, okay.
We had to leave the cats here. We took the dog to the kennel. We had to leave the cats here. And cats are usually pretty good. They can fend for themselves. So my wife rocked out about 2 gallons of water and then 2 litter boxes. Their normal one and then this other oversized giant one with like 50 pounds of freaking kitty litter in it. And I'm like, holy shit. And yeah, it's been in the way ever since, man. And I'm just like, I cannot wait for these cats to get in there and shit their way through this so we can get this damn thing out of the middle of the floor.
I helped you.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I was going to do that. I told her that too. I said, you know what I'm going to do? She's like, what? I was like, I'm going to turn around and piss all in that motherfucker. It's going to be one giant solid block of fucking kitty litter. She's like, you better not do that.
I thought it was because I couldn't explain why it was so big, but I thought you had 2 because one cat would not go in another cat's.
No.
So.
And they do go in there. They do. They go in the big one and shit and piss and everything.
Well, that also leads me to another question that I'll have to ask the cat.
Okay.
You know, when I have to poop, the last thing I want to do is any gracious athletic maneuvers. Right. You mean to tell me when that cat has to poop, it jumps 2 feet into the...
Yeah, to jump over into that tote, yeah. We call it cat parkour. It jumps over onto the bathtub, then elegantly jumps into the thing in full shit mode. As soon as it hits the litter. And then rock and rolls, and it... and scrapes it up and then jumps right back out again. Yeah, cat parkour. Yeah.
What else you got?
I believe that's it. I just wanted to get that clickbait thing out of there because it's actually pretty interesting, I think, that people know. And honestly, you know, our website doesn't use any type of advertisements unless, of course, it's for us, or if somebody wants to approach us at jeffanddan.com and let us know that they'd like to have something in our website as well. But we don't do a lot of advertising, and that's the thing. I'm kind of hoping that changes. I'd like people to be able to be like, you know, we love your show, man. You guys are great.
We are currently reaching 3 people a week.
Ooh, yes, 3 people. That's going to change here soon because I have some ideas. We'll talk about that here in a couple of minutes. But yeah, I want to make sure that we get people to the website, jeffanddan.com. It's a really great site. We have a lot of funny memes there. Not everybody agrees with everything, but you know what? Hey, it just sort of shows what kind of humor we have, you know.
And that is sick.
Yeah, sick humor. Funny,
sometimes.
Funny humor. Sick humor. Funny humor. As if there was like, you know, a dead humor. You know, death humor. Yeah.
Or healthy humor.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. He had a healthy dose of humor before he passed away. And
which came first, the chicken salad or the egg salad?
I think it was the egg salad.
New joke.
Tasting pretty old. Anyway, go ahead, what?
Japanese Back to the Future. Ready?
Yeah.
Hey, McFry! Thank you very much.
What are you doing, McFry?
I told you never come in here, McFry.
You give me $1.50, play it bar. You can go in and have buffet. Eat your buffet. Go ahead, you eat. Yes, so also did want to point out something else too. Some of our listeners could go there if they'd like. jeffanddan.com, of course, but then go to topics.jeffanddan.com. And a little thing will pop up, and it's called the Jeff and Dan Show Topic Generator, which we will use at some point in time. It's quite a big list of it. But if you go to topics.jeffanddan.com, it should pop up on your screen. And basically the topic that's on my screen says, how much does your life in school intersect with your life outside of school? But since we're not in school, we can, well, I'm not yet anyway, but let's change it up. How much does your life at work intersect with your life outside of work? Same thing. So as you can see, that's what the topic generator does. And then of course the big red button in the middle says do not press. You know what? A great thing about this part of our site is you can access this via your phone. And if you go to a party or you're just at a loss for words and talking about something, you can always just pop up topics.jeffanddan.com and then click on the red button and find something that would be a great topic starter to talk to somebody about. First date, on a blind date, anything like that. You want to make some new friends. These little topics come up and they're really cool and they're pretty serious. They're not comedy so much. Like I just hit the button and it says, "What would a perfect city be like?" And that's a great conversation starter. It was a big conversation starter.
Well, I would imagine it would be where 3 rivers meet.
There might be a stadium there, or there might not be. They might have moved it a little bit. But
with a very good football team.
Yes, a very good football team. And steel, something about steel.
Something about steel.
We like them and their metal. Their metal, yeah, it's definitely a lot of metal. So, but yeah, that's, topic generator. It's kind of fun. You can find that again on topics.jeffanddan.com. And if you have any suggestions for stuff or lists of stuff that you'd like me to add to that.
We'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you. Just visit our site, jeffanddan.com. Come on in. Send us a little note. Tell us how much you hate us. Tell us how much you like us. We've been dropping off of the mail lately. So I think that, we'll start checking the email again maybe next week or something. And Yeah, and Dan and I are actually going to start something new at some point here too. It's going to be our homework kind of thing we were talking about.
Yeah, we're going to do the show naked.
Right. Yeah. No. That's not it. That's not homework. That's not how homie work. We're going to bring the show up to speed, and then give you a little tease of something that's going to happen next week. For instance, I believe next week we were maybe having 2 guests.
Next week we have 2 guests.
Yes.
I just looked up at the schedule, and we're having Chef Tammy and Cousin Jackie next week come down.
Yes. Very cool.
And I hope they make us something very good to eat.
Yes, I'm hoping so too. Some peanut butter fudge would be really cool. Some chocolate cake, some truffles, some,
Interesting you should just mention truffles, because I believe she had made a batch.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. No, she ate them all. So, maybe she'll make some more. Who knows? Truffles are really expensive though, so we can't require that, I guess. But yeah, that's coming up next week, and I think we will have a good time. And Dan and I are going to start working on some stuff, so we're going to split out of here. So let's get to the end. You ready, man?
Right on.
All right, and here we go.
Even in space, the final frontier, we run out of time, and we must go. But no need to worry, we will be back. Remember, Wednesday, 7 o'clock, jeffanddan.com. That's all you need to remember. Or Spreaker.com / or / one of the slashes, Jeff and Dan. Thank you to Captain Kurt for having us on board the USS Enterprise NCC 1701 and his crew for graciously hosting us. Thank you very much. And thank you, listeners. Jeff and I appreciate you more than you know. Thank you very much. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night and a great week.
Wow.